Hello everyone, it is me. Yeah, I'm a little bit raw today, so please, I apologise. But well, drink my tea. What a lot has happened. But at any rate, here we go with Nuzzling Wolves. Precious girl. But at any rate, right, so we're going to try and take my mind off things. I'm okay as long as I don't think. Which is easier said than done. Because I'm used to doing these videos with my compadre. Either she'll be mewing to get out or she'll be mewing to come back in. Or she'll be jumping up and walking over. But well, I miss that. Right, so here we go. What am I going to do first? Oh look, I missed some L's. I did some L's yesterday and typically miss some. And I had to go out briefly this morning because I had my diabetic eye doodah thing screening, and typically while I was out, Amazon had tried to deliver, but because I'd ordered a box cutter and a tape measure, but it's the box cutter, somebody had to be in to get it. Of course, I wasn't in, and so I missed it. So that's going to have to be re-delivered. Because my massive piece of hardboard turned up yesterday. And I was expecting my drills from every moment to arrive yesterday, but then bloody every decided to have a problem. And they're not coming today apparently. Check back in the morning. So I think we're probably looking at Monday now. Bastards. Excuse my French, but I'm just not in the mood. But then, oh dear, once I get my box cutter, then that will be, then I can, and my tape measure, I can then measure up that bit of hardboard and cut it down to the size that I need for my sexy wangy bow. So we just have to wait. And then I think I've decided to put it up on the wall, find a way to put it up, and then I'm going to then once I start on doing it, then I can add the things, you know, the part of the sheets or the pictures or whatever, I can add them as they're done. That's my theory. But there again, my brain has not been working too well. So the ideas are whatever. I went out when I went to the eye appointment. I had to go by and go and get my scooter out, and I went past the tree and I went and said I saw some pink bits on the ground on where where she was laid to rest. And I'm going to get her a little marker, a grave marker and stuff. But I've got to go back through the paperwork somewhere and figure out when I got her, because I don't remember. And that is really bad. And I don't want to just remember the day that she went. I want to remember the day she arrived. Because she has got me through so much. She really has. She has gone above and beyond with me, emotionally. You know, there's some things called service animals, but she was definitely an emotional support one to me. And I'm lost. And I'm going to have to stand on my own 2 feet now. But such is life, as they say, isn't it? Oh dear. Well, what time is it? Oh God, 3:11. I've got to try and do this, because if I don't, the alarm's going to go off. We all know what happens when the alarm goes off. Filming stops play. So let us get to it. Haze. Well, so how is everyone? Hope everyone's doing okay. You're holding your pets close to you. And give them a kiss and a hug from me, please. They're ever so precious, aren't they, to us? Oh well. Oh, there's an A up there. Cracking on with this painting. It's because it's the length. It's longer than it is, you know, that way. Oh God, I keep yawning. Mind you, I'm not sleeping too well, so there we have it. It's horrible. I keep thinking I can hear her, you know, mewing. Several times I've come down the stairs to go to the window to let her in, and then realise that's the hardest bit. I'm okay as long as I don't think about her too deeply, shall we say, which is awful, because, you know, but it's not me forgetting about her. It's me internally dealing with it. You know. Myself, I've had 4 cats. I think it's only 4. My first one was when I was up in London. And that was Rocky. Black cat, beautiful. What a boy he was. Absolutely idiot. And one day he just disappeared. And to this day in my head, I always had it that he went off to a little old lady's house who needed him. And then, you know, he was then sat eating tuna on her lap, you know, enjoying the good life. And so that's how I dealt with that. Then I moved back to Dorset and I got Romany. She was lovely, a black cat, beautiful. She really was. Loved her. But ill, if I remember rightly. I think. Golly, so long ago that one was. Yeah. And so I, that was, yes, took her to the vets, and the vet euthanized her, not pleasantly. It wasn't a nice, you know, not that it could be a nice thing, but, you know. So that was Roman, and she was buried in my garden back down south under a tree, if I remember rightly. There, because I planted a tree in the garden and she was put underneath it. And then when I moved up here, we got Ted. Well, first off, we got Tabitha. My kids named her Tabitha. And then it was when she went in, because she chewed the edge of the carpet and it got all wrapped around her innards. And she would pick up and eat at anything. And I found her listless on the stairs, so I took her, raced her up to the vets, Bartram's in Pontefract, and they were amazing. I highly recommend that vet's practice because they were absolutely amazing. And she was operated on for a small fortune, of course, and then and they said that she was very lucky because they'd found, you know, quite a lot of edge of carpet wool, sort of, you know, that had wrapped around her innards and everything else. And not only that, they kept pulling out little toy soldiers, crayons, and they couldn't believe how much they just were pulling out of her. You know, they kept finding. So that was good. So obviously, you know, that was amazing. But then in the end, Ted got very ill. It's when I've moved again, and Ted got extremely ill, and he had heart problems, he had kidney problems, you know. He was definitely, you know, and I kept going to the vets and they kept saying, well, he's doing okay for now, but we're still keeping an eye on him. And then he was given, he had to have quite a lot of stuff cleared from his lungs. And I mean, literally, there were jugs fulls that were cleared from his lungs. And then we kind of like knew that it was getting worse, and he was on, like, you know, so many medications. Oh my God. I mean, it cost me shed loads, literally a month. It was probably cost me about 200 odd plus. And then with the operations to have the you know, the stuff drained from him. And yeah, it was so sad. And in the end, we came to the agreement that, you know, it was time, because it was getting more and more frequent. You know, the drainings were needing to be. I mean, we had 2 drainings, and then it seemed to be, you know, getting, you know, about a week apart. Yeah, and knew it. And so we booked in, and they said, right, I said, well, we're going to take him home, and we're going to have, oh yes, because when they, I forgot, when she had her first operation for her, to remove the carpet, that's when we found out that she was actually a she. No, a he. Yes, so Tabitha became a Des. No, not a Dessie. I see, I get confused. Tabitha became a Ted. But well, and then it was so nice, so peaceful when we went there. So we took her home with us for the one day, and we spent all day being nice to her. And she knew she was up, but she spent a lot of the time sleeping, and we all had cuddles, and we all sort of said, love you and all that, and gave her tuna, or tried to give her some tuna and stuff. And then we'd arranged to take her back. We took her back and went into this room where the vet had laid out a lovely little bit of sort of carpet rug type thing, which, so it wasn't a cold clinical table, and I had her in my arms, sort of leaning over onto the rug, and she and the vet, bless him, he was, you know, really nice, gave me as much time as I needed for the kids, and there was the injection, and she went peacefully, but it was still horrible as anything, you know. And then now Dessie got hit by a bloody car or whatever, something. Bastard. Well, it was quick with Dessie, thank God. And there was no marks on her externally, you know. There was no oozing of blood or anything like that. Apparently she was just, boom, gone. So that I'm very thankful for. Of course, as you do, you keep, you know, thinking, if I hadn't have gone out, she would have been sat on the bin, or she would have been inside having food. And I know I can't think like that, but you do, and so I feel very guilty. But then, you know, that was only just sort of postponing for another day, really, because as I say, when your time's up, isn't it? God. Well, when I went out today, there was lovely, some roses being put on her grave, and I just thought, oh, that's lovely. And when I came back from there, I think I bumped into the neighbours, the ones who'd dug the grave, and were very, very supportive. Bless them, really, really lovely. And she said that the other lady who'd come up, who'd basically been not found her, but because this lady had come and knocked on my door when she found her, because she knew it was either my cat or it was the other ladies in the other square, and we all know each other in the squares. And she yeah, so she got the I don't know what I'm talking about now. Anyway, so she'd placed the roses on her thing, but we've just all had to be tested for COVID because she didn't realise it, but bless her. And she's ever so apologetic. She was apologetic to the other two, and so they told me, and they've done tests and they've come back negative. I've done a test and I've come back negative, so that's fine. I haven't had it yet, and I don't want it, and I'm just not having that, you know, kick me when I'm down. No bloody way. I'm already on this freaking diet, and I already broke the diet by having a pizza and a few chips, and God, it was horrible. Well, it wasn't horrible. It was okay-ish, but it didn't have that same appeal. Didn't have that taste. As I was biting into it, I was thinking, parts of it was yummy. I thought, oh yeah, but then, you know, because I've been on these shakes, and that's not much. I think I overdid it with the eating of it. You know, I left a lot of the chips, I will say that, but I also left a lot of crust, so I only ate the middle part of this pizza, gluten-free pizza, and and a handful of chips. So I've worked it out. That is probably about 4 shakes, the amount that I did eat. Maybe 5. Well, if we call it 5, that's 1,000 calories. Yeah, don't think it was even that really, but 1,000 calories, say. So I missed 2 meals yesterday, which was 400, and I'm missing 2 today. So I've had 1 today, so I've got another 1 later I'll have, because I'm not feeling very hungry now. And I've just been drinking plenty of water with a nice little bit of lime, lemon and orange in, on a bit of that Volvic, is it? Oh shoot, I've got to be careful. What's my painting? I don't want my painting breaking. Touch of strawberry, which is still drink, so I put a bit of that in the bottom, and then I put the fruit in, and then I topped it up with fizzy water, and it's really quite nice and refreshing, makes a change. And that is the end of my 2nd glass, I think, so I'll be having another one. So I think I can be up in my water content. But yeah. My daughter came back safely from her holidays on Friday, so I'm thankful for that. And I did eventually see my son. My son finally came round on Friday morning, bless him, and he brought the nipper, the little baby. And so I had big cuddles with him, and that was lovely. And I even had cuddles with my son, and that was really nice. And I definitely needed that, that's for sure. And he understood. And I said, have you told the kids? And he said, yeah. And I said, oh, they'd be like kids, you know. Apparently Summer got a little bit upset. And I thought, yeah. So I should probably go round and see them tomorrow. Maybe. But I haven't been going out. I don't want to go out. And I don't know whether some part of that is me and my feeling guilty because I wasn't here when she needed me. And I don't want to go out. I know it seems a bit strange and a bit weird, but it's, you know, it's how it goes in your head. But I am aware of it. So that's something. So I'll just go with it for now. Go through the motions. And it's pets, isn't it? We're so, you know, they do a lot for us. They're so supportive, and we support them in turn, you know. And yeah. And if there comes a time that I feel up to getting another one, I mean, it won't be for a while yet, a long while yet, because it's going to be very hard to get a different one. I mean, she was a rescue. I had to rescue her because she'd had such a shit upbringing. She really had. I mean, she'd even been in the, you know, front page of the local newspaper, or one of the local newspapers, because she'd been so badly treated. And yeah, and then I got her, and I just let her do what she wanted. She, you know, she had the run of my house, and, you know, I just waited and just left her, you know, to it. And she soon got used to me. And yeah, it Took a long time. She kept trying to find places to hide. And I would only stroke her when she came to me for strokes. And I always talk, you know, gently to her. She needed me and I needed her. And we turned up in each other's lives, I think, at the very right moment. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make this all about, but it's, you know, she was part of my world, as like you all are. So I'm going to try and find a lovely picture of her. I did want to do like one of those, you know, all cats go to heaven paintings, but I couldn't find one. And then I'd want to have her in it, you know. And, well, yeah, Dak had one, but it was just too big. I didn't want a big project. I wanted, you know, so I might just have to go and get a custom one done, but I don't know. So I'm just trying to find a lovely, you know, one of her nice pictures. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, my neighbours are lovely, they really are. Especially these two, they are absolutely wonderful. I mean, one of my neighbours, she's an avid, you know, she's got 2 cats herself, they're indoor cats, but she's got a real love for hedgehogs, she really has, and she had one, which was a baby one, which she rescued, and it died. Tickles. And, you know, she was ever so sad about that. And so, I've seen in Amazon, funny enough, whilst looking for cat sort of pet grave markers, I saw one which was like a, what's it, a sun catcher in the shape of a hedgehog, and it looked really nice. It looked sort of handmade. So I'm going to get that for them, because they've helped me so much, and it'll be just another little something for them. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed with the choice that there were. It's all the same. You look on Amazon and it's just the same, and it's like, I don't want all this, give us something different. So I thought, right, I'll go over to Etsy. Holy cow, it's exactly the same over on Etsy. So you know it's Chinese rip-off. And you just sort of think, Etsy, why? You kicked me off. Because I made the mistake of doing some stuff with, it was fan art. Some fan art of Attack on Titan mainly. And you kicked me off, even though I had one of those letters, and I'd listened to it, and so I basically went in and I took all the things down. They'd already taken down the listings, you know, so I took down the other ones, thinking, well, I'm not going to give them a bloody chance. Well, no, guess what? In the process of me taking those down and they were off, I got another cease and desist. And I looked and I went, but I haven't got any of them up there. They've all gone. And yeah, and because of that, they kicked me off. And yet now, even at the time, there was loads of, you know, people who were doing worse than what I had, you know, what I've been doing. All they had to do was tell me and I'd have gone, okay, right. I was unsure because it's that grey area. That stuff. But, yeah. And not only that on Etsy's, they kicked me off, but not only did they kick off because I had 2 shops on there. I had one which was my brown card company, which had all my stuff for like, you know, Untamed and, you know, fan art type stuff, which was the one which I was doing lots of. You know, I was getting a good income from that. But I also had my my fabric one, because when I had a shop, I had loads of fabric, and they'd also closed that one down, and it was like, but that one didn't have any problems. There was no issues. So, you know, they just shut everything down, regardless. So I went from having a very good income to a bloody no income. Dessie got me through a lot of times. Yeah. But, well, I must, oh, wrong one. I must keep an eye on the time. So I don't want the, you know what I mean. Thank God for diamond painting's all I can say. I might be tempted to see. Yeah, so I want to try and find you know, a nice over the rainbow bridge. I know they had some Mandy Manzano ones a while back, but they were too big as well. I don't want a big one. I want to find one which is, yeah, similar to Dessie, but that isn't massive. You know, something like 40 by 50. Because I've got so many flipping massive paintings that I just don't know whether I'm going to actually get around to doing them. But, well, where did that fall to? Ooh, yeah, being at the hospital for those was it diabetic retinal? I saw my my cataract, my congenital cataract. God, it's got bigger. It's massive. And so he had to take a few more shots on the thing. But it's those drops. Put that yellow drop in, dye thing in, and it stings for not too long. I mean, the very first time I had ever had it, it stung like anything. It's like, bloody hell. But I got used to it now, I think. And it stung for a bit. But then your eyesight goes all, ugh. My eyesight, I did warn them. I did say, well, my eyesight's all pretty a bit crap at the minute anyway, because I said I've been crying a lot, obviously. And my eyes are just sort of, you know, because I thought it best to tell them that just in case, you know, because they might see it on the thingamajig and it might just, what's going on there? So I So I mentioned it. Just in case it made a bit of a difference. Yeah, so yeah. So my eyesight now is a bit crazy. Why won't it pick it up? It's already got one on it. Ugh. Right, I think I'm just going to finish this colour, the B5200s. I really wanted my flipping other drills to turn up, because that would have given me gutted that bloody box cutter. That was what caused my Amazon delivery to not come through. Gutted about that, because then I could have cut that bit of hardboard, put the rest in the shed. Right, well, I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to sort this house out. At some point. Maybe next month I might sort out a little bit of a break for me to go away. Yeah. And then, yeah, maybe that's what I will do. Yeah. Maybe I'll find somewhere near where my daughter is. Just for a few days. Long weekend or something. I go down by train. Yeah. Oh, I've got my assessment at some point as well. My ADHD, autism, whatever assessment. They phoned me up the other day and I had to, and they said, would my daughter mind answering some of the questions, you know, for me. So I messaged her and asked her. Still waiting to hear back. But we will see. Any rate, I'm going to love you and leave you all now before the alarm goes off. And there she is again. Lovely nose. She never would let me touch her paws. She'd always then go like this at me. I think part of it was because when she was little, she was swung around by her paws. By these bastards. Yeah. Beautiful. Her real name was Destiny. That's what she was given at the RSPCA. But she got shortened to Dessie or Desmond when she's been really naughty. You know, nice naughty, that is. You know. And Umi every now and then, because Umi is Japanese for destiny. And she did have a destiny. Just sadly a shortened one. Hey, bye. Love it a bit. Any rate, hold your pets, your parts of your family close. Love them and treat them to a tuna dinner or a big bone. Or, if they're smaller pets, to whatever their favourite thing is. Keep telling them you love them. Okay. Righty-ho, I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot for all your kind thoughts and your well wishes and your prayers and thoughts. They mean a lot to me. Thanks a lot then. Bye.